No,
You all
no, no,
immature.
no, no, no.
You're gonna take it
It
today. Pause.
Take it, I will.
I'm
Unpause.
Oh,
I'm spreading my business. You know.
Spread it then.
Let's
Whoa,
go.
whoa.
No, 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 no.
Hey, whoa, what?
Ah,
it ain't even 10 o'clock and we is going in.
I
Oh
mean,
man,
no,
hey.
no. It's no end.
that's wild.
Well, wild, we just gonna be wild. It's Thursday night, free Friday. Let's get it.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about Friday because Friday ain't Friday for me.
Mm.
Don't
Be
sound
on
good.
that.
I'm being damn work the whole damn weekend. Mm.
Mm.
Dang.
Making
That's
all the money.
no, I'm not. I'm broke.
Don't
I
confess
said
it.
you making it. I ain't say you saving it. I just
Oh,
said you making it.
Right, that's
well,
different.
where it's at then? It don't be in my account.
It's
You
called
know Uncle Sam take
investments.
that money.
The
It's called
man, they see
Uncle
the
Sam
man.
can't take it when it's invested. Hello.
No, it's the man.
Hmm.
What's up, Precious? Thank you for joining.
Hey, Precious. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
Precious.
Precious, you right. I'm making some coins, about a couple quarters, nickels, and dimes. That's about it. Yeah, let's get into the questions. So, question: do you think loneliness is a required part of personal growth, or just a phase some people go through? Mm,
Um, I can't say it's just a phase. I think it's part of the process.
right.
Yeah.
It's a part of personal growth that you have to experience
Mm,
because it's a part of the process that is weaning you
mm-hmm,
from expectation, weaning you from being tethered to certain people. It weans you from the experiences of leaning on others.
mm-hmm,
Um, and it causes you to have to um, kind of learn how to stand on your own too.
right. So, yeah, for me, it's a part of the process because it's lonely at the top, and everybody's not meant to go with you to the promised land. That sounded so wrong. Oh my goodness.
But
Pause.
I get it. I get it.
Pause.
Because everybody can't go. And,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you'll be pushed out of spaces that you outgrown, even though you might not feel like you've outgrown it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It'll be
Absolutely.
time to go because you'll start to feel uncomfortable. You'll start to feel out of place. You'll start to feel like a stranger where you used to feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, most certainly it challenges you to come out your comfort zone.
That's facts.
Yep. Shout out to Bad Duck in the comments. We got Awesome Beauty, Trisha in the chat. Welcome to the live.
Hey, Trisha.
We got Nikki Silver Stacker in the chat. We got Diamond and the Sticks in the chat. Thank y'all all for joining. We really appreciate y'all. You could feel free to answer the comment. I mean, answer the questions also. We just trying to engage with everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
But all right. So our next talking point is going to be isolation often means alignment, not failure. Sometimes solitude is the universe's way of clearing distractions. Being alone gives you space to hear your own thoughts clearly. True alignment often feels quiet, not chaotic. Don't mistake peace for loneliness. They feel similar but serve different purposes.
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
that's true because it feels quite. It feels. Oh God, that's just so much in that. It is.
mhm. Yeah,
Because so much we're used to loud, busy spaces, and it's those quiet moments that you have, that causes you to reassess, reevaluate, relax, embrace peace all at the same time.
hmm right. And so I feel like the quietness, like obviously it does force you to be in your own thoughts, the isolation and things like that. But I've I've actually had to go through that, and it actually forced me to put my feet to the ground and level up. I have no outside noise in my ears. I have nobody dragging me down with their baggage or anything else like that. So it's definitely part of the process, and it's definitely it's key in growth. Lisa J in the building, thank you for joining.
Lisa,
Bad Duck said my piece is glorious, not really lonely. I mean, a partner to chill with and share conversations is nice, but I could live without it. Absolutely.
I think isolation has a tendency to feel like failure too,
hmm
yes,
because you feel like everybody walked away from you,
yes, absolutely.
and you
hmm
I
feel misunderstood because you feel like when you're making the right decisions, people should want to partner with you and support you while you're making the right decisions, or realigning your life for the better.
Yeah,
That's good.
very good.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know. A lot of times, if I feel like somebody, or pass on the line anymore, I'm good with that. I'm cool.
Have you
Like,
always been that way?
yeah, it's like why would I beg somebody to be a part of my life if they say like or they feel that I'm not worthy of it? Because I promise you, they always come back.
Now, my thing is, I can't necessarily see you begging someone to stay
Because
or
I
to
ain't.
be a part of the process or anything like that. However, um, do you also immediately detach when a person walks away when you're making adjustments in your own life? Is that your immediate response?
Mhm. I mean, if somebody walks away, it bothers me, but I'm definitely not gonna beg, cry, or plead. I'll go ahead and now life is gonna be this without this person because they walked away. I'm good with that. I'm cool. And yeah, just don't come back. Like once I've done my healing process and I've moved on, don't even reach out to me because it's not gonna be the same.
Um, I understand that when it comes to certain relationships that a person may have,
hmm
or certain expectations that a person may have as it pertains to certain relationships,
hmm
sometimes we can feel like, oh, this shouldn't be that big of an adjustment and they should be able to ride the wave. Um, because unless you've already experienced some kind of drama or abandonment in that particular area, generally first the first initial thing is, why you leaving? What I'm doing has nothing to do with you, or what the adjustments I'm trying to make is to make things better, not necessarily worse. Um, and with that being the case, I feel like sometimes, I'm not saying folks have to be caught up in their feelings, but I do
hmm
understand the whole thing of, as you try to pursue higher, better, further, some people aren't able to keep up with you, aren't able to be there,
Right.
though you may have wanted them to. Because sometimes it's not about that person was ignorant or they didn't know any better or they walked off because they had some kind of angst against you.
hmm
Sometimes you outgrew them. and
Yeah.
they weren't able to keep up with where you were mentally, where you were financially, even because everybody does not necessarily want to carry someone on their back when they're trying to expand. You know, like for instance, if let's say that your stock book goes viral and
Mhm.
people just start buying all of a sudden, and
Right.
then here it is, you have someone in your life who every time you get ready to get on the plane, you got to buy two tickets because they just wasn't there or ready for that kind of transition that you have in your life. And so
Mhm.
it's one of those things of that person doesn't want you to feel obligated to take them along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, but if you don't take them along for the ride, you leave them behind in the process. And so because of situations like that, you can feel partly that, dang, you know what I'm saying? That's an area of failure, even though you may not specifically feel like a failure because your success drew a line in the sand.
Mhm.
Boom.
That's
Mic
good.
drop.
I mean,
You
walking,
kill that.
uh, right.
Tina. Oh my goodness.
Every time.
Every time. I
Every time.
mean, if they had to walk away because they felt inadequate, so be it. If somebody is with me, ride or unalive, like I got you. As long as it's not becoming too big of a hassle.
I mean,
You
but that's
know?
the thing though. What happens when you don't have leeches in your life? You have people that at one point in time could add value, maybe to a certain extent, but
Mhm,
because of where you are in life, that value doesn't it's not as significant. You don't necessarily need them in that
Yeah.
capacity.
Yeah.
And sometimes that whole thing of I scratch your back, you scratch mine, it's like, well, you got your own back scratcher now. What am I here for?
Right.
that's cool. And once a person feels that type of way, because obviously I'm on my way to the top, and I was willing to work with you or whatever the case, but now you wanted to cut ties. Don't reach back out when I'm up that mountain, like near the top.
But sometimes, people feel that you're always helping me feels like they could be a burden to you. So they don't want to
Hmm.
put you in that predicament where you feel like, dang, I got to do for her too, as I got to do for him too. So sometimes they pull back from you because they want you to grow without the extra baggage of having them to tag along as that quote unquote third wheel.
That's cool. And don't come back no more once I'm at the top. Don't like I was willing to help. I was willing to guide, to teach, to show you. You didn't want to. And
Okay,
now you
okay.
I'm
and
gonna
now
tell you
you
like this.
think
I am an independent person, and I don't want my burden to be your burden, bud. So I'm going to pull back a little bit, not because I'm jealous, not because of anything like that, but me as a person. I don't want you to feel like you got to do for me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's not necessarily always a bad thing, or yeah, not necessarily a bad thing. Period.
Yeah, because and I say that because some relationships are intimate. If that's your girlfriend, your wife, your boo, or whatever, it's easy for you to be like, okay, I got you, no problem.
right.
You have that kind of relationship. But sometimes you can have friends that don't want to feel like they're an extra load on you.
Yeah.
That was the homie. Y'all never had no falling out, but y'all never been in a space where you're at this particular level in this capacity and they're still where they are trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
For
they
sure.
don't want to feel like you got to give them a handout until they get to that space where they can become independent. A
Mhm.
lot of men, especially, would prefer they figure it out on their own or they have something to contribute so that they can get to that space. Because it's
Yeah.
one thing where, okay, I'm gonna throw you a few dollars or whatever, and then from there you're able to build. But that's not always the case because everyone doesn't have the same mental capacity. Everyone doesn't have the same financial prowess. Everyone
Yep.
doesn't have the same collegiate understanding or what have you as it pertains to, furthering their own education or furthering their own insight in that level. But they've been with you from thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? They've been
Right.
loyal to you. They've been loyal to who you were,
Hmm.
but you're changing. Your status is changing. And so it's a thing of when you get ready to expand and your life leaves them. Because you not say your homie got 5 kids.
Hmm.
You ain't gonna take him on and his 5 kids just because that's my partner. That's the homie. You're gonna leave him.
Okay.
In that regard, you're gonna feel a sense of dang, I done left him hanging high and dry. But at the same time, I can't take all that on. He got a lot happening. And it's not necessarily bad. It's not like you got one of them friends that's always in jail or something that did something illegal or whatever. It's not one of those type of situations.
Hmm.
Sometimes you come to a place in your life where it's like, the fork in the road is because where my life is taking me, you're not able to go anymore. And that could cause a sadness. That could cause a grief inwardly. That I was like, dang, I meant to get to this level. I said I was going to get to this level. I wanted to get to this level. And now that I'm here, I'm noticing that now my relationships are failing because I can't be there with them or for them, and they can't go with me.
True. True.
So a lot of that is the fact that most people don't want to grow. They're comfortable where they're at. And for homie with the 5 kids, like he better work on his pullout game because that's crazy. But as long as he's a good dad, I can't knock.
But that's what I'm
knock-
saying. He doesn't necessarily have to be a single dad. He could be married. Again, it's still a thing of
Pull out.
it doesn't have to be a bad situation. It's
Right.
just something that you ain't gonna be willing to take on. Nobody wants
Right.
to carry somebody else's whole family with them just because they friends.
Right.
True.
I mean, oh Lord, I have a story. I was getting ready to move, and
Yeah,
I knew
that part,
somebody
Lisa.
that had more than one kid. I ain't gonna even quote the amount.
Right.
Dave was like, "You got space?" I said, "Space for." I'm moving to a whole nother city. Space for me and my 5. You talking about 6 extra people on top of my 3? No, ma'am, respectfully.
Oh, we.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
A
I can
whole I
relate
was
to that. I can
perplexed that
definitely
they
relate to it.
even took that stab. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I know I skipped a few people, but I see y'all. Kiss from Jay in the chat. I saw P9 in the chat.
Hey, Kids
Corey,
from Play.
Hey,
Corey's World in the chat.
Hey, Corey.
Uh,
P9.
Allison in the chat. Oh, yeah,
Allison.
yeah,
that's
Allison.
showing out. I saw Stardust in the chat. Okay.
Going on,
Yeah,
Stardust.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I can definitely relate to that with the opposite being me and my husband, we have 6 children, and
Hmm.
over the years we've had plenty of people coming to live with us. And it's
I,
like at some point, it's like, okay, maybe why not have in your head, maybe we can try and stay with somebody else, or maybe go stay somewhere else because they do have 6 kids. They do have, their own family that they have to support and supply for. Now y'all are coming in with extra baggage, extra stuff, putting more strain on not just their household, but their marriage.
All right.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. That's okay.
Right. That's more mouths to feed, to cook for, the more people to clean up behind. I get it. I get it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But um like we've covered before on these panels, people take comfort in being uncomfortable. If they're used to hopping house to house or whatever, trying to survive, they're not going to try to strive for anything better.
Yep.
And
That's true.
it's just the sad way of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, all right, so okay, by talking. So, question: what's harder, losing people you love or outgrowing who you used to be?
I
Oh,
feel like um probably maybe losing people you love, because outgrowing who you used to be, that should be, I don't think that would be hard, outgrowing who you used to be. You should be happy that you outgrow the person you used to be, because there's growth there. That means you're elevating.
mm-hmm,
And I'm going to say it's outgrowing who you used to be.
mm-hmm,
And I say that because you do not know how many bad habits, and this, I'm not talking about getting
right,
lifted and alcohol and all of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm
right,
talking about the habit of self-deprecating thinking, the habit of
mm-hmm,
second guessing yourself, the
yeah,
habit of doubting yourself, the habit of not people pleasing, or the habit of people pleasing.
mm-hmm,
It's those things that it sometimes takes time, effort, and discipline to come from those places. It's not easy when sometimes it's part of your core belief system.
Oh, that is so true.
Mhm.
And I was
And
gonna
so
say,
when you're talking about growth, one of the things you have to face is, why am I the way that I am? Instead of just accepting who you are for who you are, you begin to question, why do I think the way that I think, or why do I believe in the way that I do? And when it
yeah,
comes to that, um you begin to start to break down um the events of your life and face them,
mm-hmm,
and you de-victimize yourself in a way. It's not easy, because a lot of times we can be reactive sometimes to what we've been experiencing. This happened to me, therefore I act like this.
right,
Somebody violated me, and therefore I'm defensive, or I'm combative. What happens when I can no longer behave in that way because I'm in a different space in life, but I'm accustomed to being attacked. I'm
mm-hmm.
accustomed to someone doing something or saying something negative to me. And that's my disposition. It is not easy to come from those spaces.
That's true. Very true.
Tina, why you reading me like a book?
Mm.
I know, right? Stay out of my business.
I know, right? Shout out to Coach in the building.
Hey, coach.
Going on, coach.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, it's definitely gonna be outgrowing who you used to be. Like I'm here for it. Um, losing people you love, it happens. So it's like I could be sad over losing somebody I love, or I could keep climbing towards the top. It's it's pretty self-explanatory for me. Sorry, not sorry. Um, okay, by speaking. So, oh man, probably my favorite talking point. Not everyone can grow with you. People attached to your old version may resist your evolution. Trying to bring everyone with you drains focus and energy. Some connections are seasonal. Appreciate them without clinging. Your growth might trigger others' insecurities. That's not your burden to carry. Whoo, mic drop.
Mm. We just was touching on that,
We was talking about
discussing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, and that's true. Not everyone can grow with you. And one of the things about growth is you're not satisfied with where you've been or where you've landed in life. And so
Right.
you look to go beyond that. Whereas other people are okay with where they are. They don't
Mm,
have to have as much as what you desire. And
right.
it's nothing wrong with them wanting just their little plot of land, their little space, their little apartment, their little, and it's not, and I'm not saying that to be disparaging against anyone's setup, but it
Mhm.
is one of those things of it's not necessarily a scarcity mindset to just want what I have and
Yeah.
be okay with that and be content. There's nothing wrong with contentment. However, you have those who have the desire for more. And it's nothing wrong with wanting more for yourself either.
Mhm.
But living in those spaces, it causes you to have to part ways with people because um I'm not willing to keep coming to your apartment complex where they, doing whatever they doing over there. I'm going to put myself in danger because of what I now possess. And I shouldn't have to walk around like a homeless person to come visit you.
Right.
You know?
That part.
Oh,
Yeah, she
and
talking
that
about
may
the
sound
project.
harsh.
She ain't
I'm
coming
sorry.
for the projects no more. That's what she said.
Right. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. I have a lot of people that I had to walk away from who were in those spaces. And I was comfortable with that at one point in time because I had not seen anything beyond that to a great scale.
Mhm.
Because it's a thing of when you live in a neighborhood that has a apartment complexes in it, you could
Mhm.
be just as much as that part of that apartment complex just because you know the people that are there. These
Yep.
are the people that you associate with, even though you live in a house close to. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. What happens when it's now time to leave all of it
Right.
behind?
Right.
You're no longer a part of that. You're no longer ingrained into that environment anymore. And
Mhm.
because of that, you don't know who and what to watch for anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't
Yeah.
have the same instincts that you would have had at one point in time. That doesn't mean that you're green. You didn't leave and then all of a sudden don't know how to, watch your back, but you don't know who to watch. You don't know
Yes.
what you're watching, you know. And
Right.
so with that being the case, there are a lot of people that have to make the decision and I'm not saying everybody is tethered to the ghetto or to some apartment complex or tethered to something that got something to do with some projects. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just using it as an example because
Mhm.
Right.
sometimes it even has to do with religious establishments.
Right.
Sometimes it could be about business
Mhm.
establishments that
Yeah.
when I come out of an arena, I can no longer go back into it. Because if I used to work at the Shake, at the Gentleman's Club, I'm trying to find the words. If I
That.
used to work at the Gentleman's Club and I
Mhm.
come out of that space, the
Mhm.
last thing I want to do is go back into that space
Right.
when there's so many different predators and stuff that I was trying to get away from in the first place.
That
Why
part.
would
Mhm.
I want to turn around and ingrain myself in the thing that was harmful to me while I was in it in the first place?
Yes.
Right.
And so sometimes you have to make a decision that it might be good money, but I don't want to get it like that anymore. They might
Yeah.
have been cool with me and okay with me at one point in my spiritual walk, but now I've grown from there. I can't go back to that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It could be a thing of this used to be my partner, when we had our, lemonade stand, it was going down, but I'm trying to get a Fortune 500 company. I'm not standing on the corner with you selling lemonade still. I've
Right.
grown from that,
That
you
part.
know.
Shout out to everybody joining the chat.
Yes. Welcome everyone.
Dang, I can't even see everybody that joined. I saw Desi in the chat. Thank you for joining. Holistic Hip Style. Thank you for joining. Pooh said you have to change your circle mindset habits sometimes to elevate. Everyone isn't meant to grow with you. Some may feel you wanting more for yourself as you think you better. Damn, Effie, I was about to say that to Tina because Tina thinks she better than everybody else.
Oh, no.
Hilarious.
I took the words out your mouth, huh? Elevated.
Yeah, that part. No pause.
Yeah,
Yes, Jay. You should always be aiming to level up.
That part.
yes,
That part.
absolutely. You have to.
Hold on. Jay said, let me get some extra ice.
Yeah, and then you gotta, even moving away from certain areas, there is a new development that has to come to your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because when you're used to the things, since we're using the analogy of the hood, when you're used to certain things in the hood, and then you
Mm-hmm.
move somewhere that's more astute, if you will, um, and the stores are constantly organized and all the shelves are full. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to reevaluate your mindset, and the people are not going to respond the same and act the same always in different areas.
Right.
So you have
That's
to
Hold on.
true.
mind right when you move away from a space.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get your mind right because you're so used to that hood mentality, so to speak.
Yeah. Now Yolanda taking Danielle's SAT class talking about astute. Like I like
I
that.
don't sleep on her. She ain't nothing to play with either.
Look, Tina, I ain't sleeping on nobody. Dang. Yeah, but
Please don't
basically
sleep on nobody.
Yep, pause.
you could take the people out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of some people.
Yeah, just true. I mean, because
Pause.
it's a mindset. It really is. You got to get your mind together. And some people are not willing to change that
Mm-hmm.
particular mindset. And that doesn't mean that you necessarily leave everything, because even in the most affluential of neighborhoods, uh,
Absolutely.
you still have to watch your back because things just look differently. They're just more polished. Things could be the
Mm-hmm.
same, but maybe somewhat more polished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True indeed. But they say you could polish your turd, but it's still a piece of yeah.
That-
But yeah. Affluential. I hear you, Yolanda. You affluential, astute.
I've always had vocabulary. I just don't use it.
Hey, we gonna get you in Sister Danielle. And y'all gonna talk your SAT prep words.
I'm good. I'm good. Good.
And before anybody in the chat say anything, no, I'm just messing with Sissy Yolanda. Don't do that.
You
Don't
good.
don't do that.
We have an understanding. You my
That
brother.
part.
It is
That
well.
part.
Yeah, they got that understanding back in the back chat.
So, Tina, I know you ain't
It's
talking.
all right with me.
Tina, I know you ain't. Never mind.
Yeah. Swallow that. No pause. Oh.
All right, y'all. So we got a question. How do you stay focused when nobody understands your vision? Um, you just take it day by day, baby steps, and they're gonna see your vision, but it's gonna be too late because they done got left in the dust already. Sorry,
I mean,
not sorry.
but it's true. Like, even coming here and bringing people into this platform, I
Mm-hmm.
had people say to me, "Oh, you just show off around your YouTube friends. You act like it's a competition." I mean, I didn't necessarily know where that was coming from per se, but at
Right.
the same time, hearing this, it was about growth. It wasn't going to be the same. Even though I brought you in, I'm still moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still moving forward. And progressing.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was hard when you bring somebody in and then they say, "Oh, you show off." What am I showing off for? I'm just being me. I'm just learning and evolving. Like, every day, and there is a dark side where people will switch when they see you moving. All of a sudden, their behavior gets funny, and they look at
Mhm.
you sideways.
Mhm.
But you
I'm
just got to keep going.
I'm gonna tell you the best way that'll help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh
Scripture
man.
says, "Study to be quiet," meaning shut up. Stop telling everybody your vision. Stop
Yes,
telling everybody your plans. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing.
Mm.
It's those type of things that help you to stay focused. Because as long as you out here telling people and wanting them to pat you on the back and hope they believe in you and invest into your vision and all of that, it's a distraction. Stop
right.
talking.
Mhm.
Yes,
Keep it to yourself,
I
and you'll
appreciate.
stay focused.
Yep.
Yes. All right. The voice of YouTube has spoken. Next question, please.
Welcome in, Rodney.
Hey,
What's up,
Rodney.
Rodney? Appreciate you for joining, bro.
Hey, Rodney.
Diamond said that's a tough one, and I'm kind of going through that one. All right, so what you gonna do about that, Diamond? No, we try to keep everybody engaged in the conversation. Boca cerrada no entrance mosca. I don't even know if that was if she was on type in Spanish. I'm sorry. Sounded good though.
I know that part.
I've got to start keeping my mouth shut more. Boom. See, okay, mouth shut, no into flies. Yep, that part. That part.
Yeah, because I mean, you definitely can't share your vision with
Mhm.
everyone. Because I've seen people switch up. Like when I moved from an apartment complex to a house,
Mhm.
I had who I thought were my dear friend say, how you how that happened for you like that. I'm talking about a whole married couple. Like I was perplexed because at the time I didn't understand it.
Right.
Like how you come up like that? How you get the house? I mean, literally, when I say they
Mhm.
stopped detached, and I was like, well, I guess it wasn't what I thought it was. If they got that mad and pissed
Mhm.
off and decided
Right.
to detach because they felt like I shouldn't have obtained what I did before they did. I was like, that's some straight buttery bull as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
You know,
Right. Shout out to everybody entering the chat. Easy Money Flex, appreciate it. Um, what else I saw? Mama Three Boys, thank you for joining. Okay, Rodney, with the philosophy, not everyone is meant to understand your vision, your route, or your destination. That part.
that part entirely.
Clock it.
Bars.
Clock it. And
Exactly.
even people trying to at least, just share what was going on, like Yolanda in your case. You try to let everybody know that you starting this YouTube thing or you're getting back into it. People like they feel like you trying to brag because why? Because you feel like you better than everybody. like, like what? Like,
Yeah,
either you gonna come and support me or you not. That's it.
yeah,
I think that a lot of times people have a tendency to look for other people's approval and support, when in fact, if you stay quiet, keep your grind close to your heart, keep your vision close to your heart, who
Mhm.
needs to come to you will come to you.
Mhm.
Because it's one thing that I notice is that quiet people get noticed too. It's not
yeah,
just about the person that's hollering in the corner, but it's
yeah,
also about the one that's uh quietly sitting, contemplating, thinking, considering, that gets noticed too. Because if you're in a place where everybody is buck jumping and swinging off chandeliers and all that, and then you look over and somebody's sitting in the corner just looking, you're gonna wonder what's going on with that.
that
Mhm.
part.
Let me find out now. Either whether that be you're concerned that this person has something, salacious or something dangerous or whatever, going on with them. On
Mhm.
the other hand, it's a thing of I'm intrigued what's going on behind the mind of the
Mhm.
person that's not saying anything.
Yep.
Yep.
And when you're an observant person, 9 times out of 10, that could be an opportunity of a lifetime that
Mhm.
just
Yep.
opened up to you.
Yep.
Yep. Shout out to Girl Dad in the building. Appreciate you for joining, bro.
Welcome, girl, dad.
Oh, that Sarah said, I'm proud of y'all. Keep up the grind. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
We appreciate that.
We
want to
sure.
make sure that I acknowledge Easy Money Flex
Yep.
because I just got connected with him today. You're
Oh, okay.
hearing my voice now. I'm Tina Mo Tina Mo for
Oh, my
show.
bad.
And
My
I
bad.
just wanted to greet you, greetings and salutations. I appreciate you showing up in the chat today, as you were.
Yeah, Easy Money Flat. I apologize. People been telling me to take the banners down. So that I take responsibility for that. I'm not used to having new people in the chats. But yeah. Appreciate you for joining.
You acknowledged him earlier. I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that I acknowledged him.
No,
'Cause
but
he never.
but if he's on your channel, people been telling me like, okay, I don't know who's on the panel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My bad, yeah. So okay. Ellen Smile, thank you for joining. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Welcome.
So let's get into the next talking point. Loneliness builds strength and vision. Isolation reveals who checks on you without benefit. Growth seasons teach emotional self-sufficiency. You start recognizing authentic energy versus convenience-based company. The solitude phase prepares you for deeper, purpose-driven relationships. Mm. That's
Yes. Yes. It does build strength and vision because
Yeah.
you're not dependent on anyone. You're not
True.
using people for a crutch. You
right.
got to get it how you live. You got to be able to hone in on your own skills and do what you know how to do and sharpen those skills in the
Right.
dark, behind closed doors, where no one is looking and no one is a part of.
Right. Excuse me. Let me take a second real quick to thank Dr. Robotnik for joining our chat, aka Supreme.
Yeah.
Oh man, he gonna give me the ball.
Yeah.
It's all good though. It's all good. My bad, y'all. Um, yeah. So sometimes isolation is not always a bad thing. It does always depend on your mindset and things like that, but isolation can be very necessary at times. See life in the building. I ain't even acknowledged Sister Danielle earlier. I'm sorry, Danielle.
Oh, Lord, not
Mm,
Pastor.
Yeah, she is. She
I'm a,
listening
I'm a,
to the
I'm gonna
right
go ahead. I'm a rebuke myself. All right, y'all. I think I got everybody. Hold on. Yeah, I I think the origin of the isolation matters. Okay, that's true. That's true. Solitude is where you can find your most progressive self. Absolutely. Ronnie be spitting that facts, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, Lord.
Mm. All right, so question, right? Can isolation be a sign that you're on the right path? Most definitely. Or at
Yes.
least even if you're not, you might be having to leave some baggage behind. So that's still being on the right path.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to take the time to be alone to find out who's with you.
true. And you'll
Hmm.
Because that all everybody's smiling and grinning and rubbing your back and telling you you're wonderful is not the thing to do, and not to have going on, especially if you plan on improving, having growth, seeing a greater level of success in your life.
Right.
Because sometimes your very hindrances, the hindrance that you have could be the very people that are in your life at the moment,
yes,
because it's good enough
Yep,
when you need to be reaching towards great.
that
yes.
part.
So
Everybody ain't meant to be on that same level with you. You got to grow, and definitely
Hmm.
isolation is a part of it. Because
Hmm.
if you got a whole bunch of noise going on, somebody saying this to you and somebody saying that to you, it can play on you. Sometimes you just got to be quiet and to yourself, and isolation is the key.
it is.
Hmm.
So what is the difference then between isolation and withdrawal? Are they one and the same, or is one different from the other?
All of it is about purpose, I believe. She has entered into the building. Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Sister Danielle in the
Hey
panel.
y'all.
Hey,
Y'all make a girl feel
Danielle.
special. Thank you.
Understand.
Y'all make me feel special. I appreciate y'all. I just was listening and go ahead. I interrupted somebody who was talking. Go ahead.
I wasn't saying nothing. Wisdom entered the building. I'd shut up.
Come on, talk to us.
We already got wisdom in the
Well,
building.
I
So what
know
you
that's
talking
right.
about, Tina?
The whole panel is wise and seasoned. Everybody.
Clock it.
Listen, the only thing that I was going to add in the chat was I think that isolation, especially in as it pertains to purpose and walking in your direction, it can be seasonal. And that's why I said earlier, it depends on the origin. If you feel like you have been how should I say, like your isolation is a result of injury, I think that that's very different than if you are being like you are a trailblazer. Two different circumstances. Like if you are going in a direction and nobody has gone before, it is normal to be alone for portions of the journey, not the whole thing,
Mhm.
but portions of the journey. Because I feel like Tina, you said the other day, discernment has been weaponized. I think protecting my peace has been weaponized. I think isolation has been weaponized. I think that all of these terms have been not even weaponized but overused, right? And so now it's like it's a badge of honor. I go by myself, I do it myself. And it's like, is that the only way to do it?
Right. And the word withdrawn is always you're so withdrawn. You will know when things don't go your way, you just withdraw. I've just heard that word withdraw for so many years, or detachment. You're detached
Mhm.
from life. You're detached from reality. You're detached from your church. You're detached from this. You're detached from that. And sometimes I get tired of hearing some of that.
Yeah. And I agree with Tina too, because you said sometimes you need a season to be alone to be able to rightly divide. I won't use the word discern, but rightly divide between the people who are truly with you, the
Mhm.
true, and the people that are just, yes men and women who are just attached to you for some kind of side benefit or something they can extract or extrapolate from you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
for
So
sure.
two things can be true.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So Danielle, so would you say that because I'm kind of piggybacking off of the question Yolanda had, like right when you were entering the chat.
Mhm.
She said about the difference between isolation and then withdrawal. So do you feel like the withdrawal aspect of it is you withdraw from being traumatized about something?
Yes, and I think the terminology is, it's almost like the definition is in the eye of the beholder on this one because two people can use the word withdrawal and mean two different things. But if we
Mhm.
were to define withdrawal as taking yourself out of the situation, right?
Mhm.
And isolation just being a position that you are in, not necessarily you desire to be there, you're just in that position, then yes, withdrawal is a result of trauma or in efforts to protect oneself from a seemingly negative space or event, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, I'm just going to remove myself and close myself off, wall myself up, whether that's to heal, again, I wouldn't call it withdrawal at that point. But yeah. Hopefully that answers your question.
It does. That's a connotation that most people use, though. You're just withdrawn, like
Mm-hmm.
it's always negative, but it's not always a negative connotation. Sometimes you withdraw to kind of save yourself, so to speak, within the situation.
Yep.
I use the churchy term consecrate. If I'm deliberately withdrawn, if I'm deliberately going away, I'm real churchy, y'all know that. So I'll say I'm going on sabbatical. I'm going to gather myself. I'm going to process some things, but I don't use that withdrawal because, like you said, it has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes people have a tendency to want you to be in a particular space when you've been offended. And so if I become recluse in nature, it's generally because I've come across something that was either a threat to me or that had caused me harm. And so for that reason, I'll withdraw to make sure that, hey, I got to cover myself. I need to guard myself so I don't take matters into my own hands or lash out because of something that has been offensive to me. And so sometimes people know that they are offensive and they take your defensive stance or take your reclusiveness or your desire to withdraw and try to weaponize it because they want you to continue to be in the mix, even though they're being toxic with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that you said guard yourself. I think that's a proactive as opposed to reactive.
Yes, that's so true. Very well.
Yeah. Vocabulary words up here.
I feel targeted.
I feel fine.
That's right. Like I'm good.
That's good though. All right. So we got the right people return when you're aligned. If I'm aligned, don't return, please. If you're not with me shooting in the gym, don't return. Sorry.
I got a rebuttal. But go ahead.
Alignment attracts your tribe, not your crowd. When you stop chasing the right connections, find their way to you. People who truly value your energy will match your growth, not resent it. Purpose has a magnetic pull. It draws those on the same frequency.
The caveat, see what you said versus what the topic is, or the subtopic that's up there headed is the right people come back when you're aligned. They return when you're aligned. And so it's about the right people, not the wrong people. We ain't talking about the ones that circle in the block to come see, oh, you so wonderful now. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the ones who were placed in your life in one season that you couldn't use or couldn't stay tethered to you in that particular season. Then once you became established, now I can come and pour into you. Now I can connect with you. Now I can take some steps further with you or walk with you in this season. Because I was right for you, but it wasn't the right time. Therefore, there's no sense of me wasting resources, wasting time, and wasting effort when I know I'm not in the right season in your life.
Bars.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I think if you think about it in terms of business, you might connect with somebody on your first year. You got no clients. You might connect with somebody who has an international business. Now, they're not wrong they could be interested in your be whatever you're doing, but they can't use you. You can't use them. It's going to be a frustration for both of you. They trying to, and I think you've expressed this before, Elevated, trying to pull people up to where you are. Sometimes it's not that they don't don't want to go, they don't have the capacity. They don't have the ability. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the maturity to be able to do that. So if those people come back around 5 years later and say, oh, you established, you got your plans, we can help you expand, or scale is the word that everybody's using now. I think we don't look at it. We can do it in business and it makes sense. But when we talk about growth and relationships, it doesn't work. If there are people that I've met this season that I would have messed their life up, totally messed them up, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, because I wasn't ready to handle the level of relationship that it required. That relationship requires now. I wasn't that mature.
Right.
So
more bars have been dropped.
Right.
Some gold bars.
I was just agreeing with what was already said. Amen.
Platinum.
Yeah.
I don't like being speechless. I'm gonna need the recluse from. Let me start. I don't even know if I used the word right.
You did, sir. You absolutely did.
You see that?
It did really.
All right, y'all. So, question: what's one thing solitude has taught you about yourself? Me personally, I don't like people, and I'm good with. Let me stop.
Sound like the truth to me, but okay.
Being in solitude, you either gonna sink or swim.
And it helps you find a part of yourself where, where you can, oh God, what is the word? Oh my gosh. Where you can just take time to get to know you, to get to know your innermost self. You're in those moments of solitude, by asking questions like, who am I, and where am I supposed to be, or what do I have to contribute, in this season of my life. Solitude causes you to have moments of reflection.
The season of my life that I am in right now, I'm realizing I am enough. I am capable. I can do it all. It may not be I can do it all at one time, but I am capable and I can do it. So this has been a good season in my life for me.
Y'all so wonderful.
What you got, Miss Tina?
Oh man.
Solitude generally teaches me shows me, give me the time to see where I formed crutches.
Oh, that part. Oh God.
Whether that's relational crutches, environmental crutches, financial crutches, whatever. It allows me to see, and spiritual crutches. Hold on, let me back up. When you get to a place where you're so reliant on someone else that you don't do the work yourself, you have formed a crutch.
Yeah.
And so when I get to myself, when people have been removed from my life, or I've been removed from other people, however it goes, in that space of solitude, I can see, okay, I'm leaning too heavily that way. I'm leaning too heavily in this particular manner. I'm hanging out in this area too long, too much. Therefore, I need to dial it back, get back to my roots, and find myself trying to tether to my sources where I'm not so spent trying to hold on to my resources.
Oh, so true.
Wow.
Well, I don't like being silent or in solitude. And I think that's because of what Tina just alluded to, which also goes back to the fact that sometimes you are placed in a season of isolation because you have made idols where there should not have been.
Oh,
So I don't like it. I mean, it remind one of my clients described it as like the process of life and maturation as going up a flight of stairs, and you think that you're at the top and you're only at a landing, and there are 12 more flights of stairs, and that's how I feel when I be like, oh, when I finally stop and let everything just quiet down and settle, to be alone, to be isolated, for lack of a better term, to sit in stillness. I discover I had so much more work to do. So that's what it teaches me, how far I have to yet go.
So true.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Shout out, stick
Y'all
to
supposed to commiserate. Y'all supposed to be like, oh, y'all, that's so sad.
Well, I mean, truth be told, you yank my coat right then, because let me go on to put my amen and my ouch right there, because it's one of those things of it gives you the opportunity to see where your immaturity lies.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't want to admit that we're immature in some spaces.
Yeah.
I'm grown, is what we like to say.
Yep.
I done did that before. I done made it to this place. I done did the work.
Yep.
When in fact, just from that boasting, it shows immaturity.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. It's almost like the kid that be like, I can do it, as they spilling all the things everywhere. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I do it myself. And you like, baby, you ain't never gonna get it right. You just you don't have the mechanics yet. And so it's like the person that says, I'm grown and I can, I do it. It's like, if you got to say that, that's the indication that you're trying to prove it to yourself more than you trying to prove it to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. But like I said, I'd rather be the first. I've said this before. I'd rather be the first one to call out my stuff so that nobody be like, oh, and such thinks no, I know I have not yet arrived. I'm not where I used to be. But Lord knows I'm not where I should be. And I'm trying to get to where I'm going. Amen.
That's entirely for real.
I'm not where I should be, and I'm trying to fight from going back to where I used to be.
Yeah.
In all honesty. Because sometimes life can hit you, and you like, you know what, I ain't got to put up with this. Let me go and get my, and you're ready.
Oh, man.
And so that's something that I have to, consider.
Right.
I'm in this space of solitude because I got to deal with me.
Yeah. And that's a tough space, but it's a necessary space. Because you got to look in the mirror. And you
I don't.
What you see.
I don't have no mirrors.
You're so messy.
Where I need to be in order to get where I desire to be. Yo, Ronnie, bro, like,
sounds great.
I'm gonna need you to write a book, man. I'll be the first one to buy it, bro. I swear. Stick to it. Normally between 9:10, 9:15 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
I know 9 o'clock is kind of sketchy, so we've been starting a few minutes later. It's been working out pretty good. But
we be needing color people time sometimes. Not exactly 9 o'clock, but we be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we be there. Sure. Anybody got anything before we close this up? Pause. Never mind.
I like what Ronnie said about I'm where I need to be in order to get where I desire to be.
Right.
I'm in the process of being positioned to where I need to be in order to where I desire to be.
That's good.
Which is a position within a position, or a position on the way to a position. And I say that because Sometimes we have to not we have to come to a place where we don't discount the journey to
Yeah.
getting there.
Right.
That we don't overlook that it's a journey to get to the places that we want to be in order to receive what we need to receive and in order to embrace what we need to embrace and discard what we need to let go of, you know. But it's a journey to get there, you know.
Right. Right.
We become obsessed with the destination.
Yes.
Just want whatever the thing is, wherever the place is, wherever the goal is, we become laser focused on that and we miss all the stuff in between, not realizing that that stuff in between is what prepares you to maintain the thing that you're trying to get. So thank you for that, Tina, because I know I've certainly looked degrees I done got, stuff I did that I'm like, I don't even remember the process, and then had to relearn some stuff. Just had to unlearn and then relearn some things because I wasn't paying attention. Only the goal was what was important. So thank you for the reminder that the journey in and of itself is important and it has value.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. It has so much value that
No,
sometimes we
nobody
have to
likes
look
it,
back
sir.
at the journey to extrapolate all of its jewels because there's a lot of things that we miss because we're in the process.
Yes.
We're going through it. You can't see the forest for the trees. That's because you're walking on the trail.
Yeah.
So the question in the chat says, y'all telling me you like the journey. No,
No, heck no.
Hard. Is I
Who
about to
said
say
that?
nobody likes it.
Oh.
Likes it, I think is that's not the word. What I would say is it has value. That's what I said. What I said was it has value. It's needful. It has purpose. Most people don't, quote unquote, there are few, don't like working out. They don't like lifting weights. They don't like hiking, right? They like the mountaintop. They like the muscles at the end of the day. They like the result, but all of the steps matter to get there. So I think nobody likes the fire of refinement. It's hot. It's uncomfortable.
It
But
is.
it's needed for the end result. So no, nobody likes it. Well, I will say I can't say nobody. Some people like pain. I don't like it.
No, I don't like that kind of pain either. I want to address what Rodney said. He said you must appreciate the journey or you won't fully respect the destination. What I say to that is sometimes I don't appreciate it till I get to the other side.
Right.
It's good that I can say I'm glad I'm still making it on this journey. I'm grateful for each step that I'm able to make. But I could tell you, I don't always appreciate the things that I have to experience in this journey. I can't even say I always appreciate the journey in and of itself until I'm able to look back at it and see this is where I've been brought from. This is what I went through in the process. I hated every moment of it, but I can say that though this process was grievous, I can see and appreciate what came out of it.
Right.
But it takes me getting to the other side a lot of times. Can I still be thankful? Yeah, of course. Can I still be grateful and try to be as gracious as possible in the go through process? Yes. But the full appreciation, I'm not always going to be able to see in the midst of the journey. And I don't want to beat myself up because I'm not as appreciative of this part of the journey. I don't like oatmeal, but I need it for fiber. I don't like what it feels like to eat it. I don't like the texture of it, but I need it for whatever reason. So what I'm going to be able to say is I like what I got out of me being willing to go beyond what I didn't like to get the results that whatever it was that I'd have just consumed.
Well,
Right, that part.
What I will say, and I gotta dip to the chat. But what I will say as my last words is don't be tempted to take the shortcut. Because when you were talking, Tina, you said something about oatmeal. And I don't mind oatmeal, but a lot of people will do the shortcut. They'll take the fiber one, right? they will
Yes.
they will
Yeah.
use the most palatable form of what they need, and we'll try to truncate the process. We'll try to shorten the process, not realizing that that shortcut can end up being a long-term issue. It could teach you, I don't want to say illegitimate methods, and it will inevitably undermine the journey. And so I appreciate you bringing that out, because again, the temptation is always, well, I ain't really got the high. They just power lift me to the top of the mountain, give me this supplement so that I can get muscles real fast. Like, we try to truncate, or we try to shorten the process to get what we want. But most of those shortcuts have side effects.
It's the additives. It's the things that you add to your life unnecessarily because you're willing to go the shortcut.
Yes,
Things you
Well,
wouldn't have had to deal with had you just gone the long way around.
exactly.
Right. Well, damn.
Ew. Lord have mercy.
I guess I won't take too many shortcuts now. I'm lying. Oh, what time is it? Ronnie says shortcuts leave you short-sighted. They shorten the length of time that it takes too. Let me stop.
But what else did you shorten in the process?
Right.
I don't know.
Could be something that you wanted to last longer.
Yeah.
I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Let me stop.
Oh, mute button activated.
I mean, right.
It gets lonely, but the strong keep pushing. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Sister Danielle went to go fight Mr. Cricket. All right,
I
y'all.
thought that cricket was going to be with the Lord or wherever it went.
Oh Lord.
He went to go see the king.
He done hopped up the stairway of heaven.
Take me.
Yo, you know what?
I can't.
You know.
I can't. Oh.
Oh, so you took the cricket and you threw him in the neighbor's house. So
That ain't what she said. That cricket done gone to be with somebody. We don't know where he went, but he went.
I have to go to bed early. Thank you for joining, Alan. We about to shut this down anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I have duties and assignments after 10:30. Yep, absolutely.
Gotcha.
I ate the cricket. Supreme said it, so it's true. I ate the cricket, y'all. It's a good source of protein. Pause. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap this one up here.
All right.
Thank y'all for joining. Day 23 of October. You could have been anywhere in the internet streets, but you're here, and we appreciate you for that.
Yes.
Everybody, have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye.
Y'all.
Later, y'all.
Supreme.